What's going on, YouTube? Find some great hair, dirt, and diamonds gaming. Welcome to episode 2 of Warming Up Wednesdays. Lots going on in the last week since we did our past episode. A couple guys have fallen off the map. Ryan Helsley decided to shit the bed. Johan Duran's not really striking out people. And, JT Romilto decided to cool down, which is unfortunate. I think he probably stays about the same at this point. Maybe +1 if they're feeling generous. But anything more than that, it seems unlikely. But let's get into what we do have for today. So, the first place we're going to stop is the Baltimore Orioles, and we're going to talk about Grayson Rodriguez, who I know we talked about in last week's episode, but since then he's continued to pitch well. He's averaging less hits per nine, he's striking out more batters than he was prior, and his walks per nine only has a very slight increase. As you can see, his attributes on the side there, he definitely has room to grow. Like, I have no doubt that he has room to grow. The nice thing about him is going to be that because he's only a 76, if he goes up at all, right now he's selling for just above a 77. 77 quick sells 100. He's been slowly rising throughout the day. I was buying him earlier today at around 88. If he does manage to hit 78, though, with it being Team Affinity on Friday, his price should go up considerably for people that are doing exchanges, which I know we've talked about before, but I'm just going to reiterate it again. Moving on, we're going to be going all the way over to the Cleveland Guardians. The person I want to talk about in the Cleveland Guardians is Ben Lively. Ben Lively, over his last 3 starts, is striking out 7.85 batters, walking 1.49 batters per nine, and he's given up 15 hits over the last 18 innings. While his Ks per nine are slightly down, his walks per nine are down almost a whole entire walk. And his hits per nine stayed relatively the same. I think there's definitely some room to grow, and if there isn't room for him to grow, the nice thing is for the 74s, you can use him for the exchanges. But he hasn't done anything that would downgrade his overall, unless they're smoking something. Moving on, we're stopping at the Kansas City Royals. We're talking about Freddie Fermin. Freddie Fermin, since the last update, is batting .375. He does not have any home runs, but he has driven in 7 runs. As you can see by his contact numbers, there should be plenty of room to grow there. His inside edge drops in 2 points with -9s. If they go +9 in either direction, then that should definitely help. Again, the nice thing is he's a 78. As long as his value or his overall doesn't go down, then it's another person should be able to sell on Friday. But at 158 stubs, if he goes up at all, there is some room there. Moving on, we're going to stop over in Houston. I wish instead of doing Warming Up Wednesdays, we could have done something on a Tuesday. There's still plenty of room here for Alex Bregman, but in case you haven't seen, Alex Bregman over the course of the last week has been on an absolute tear. He's hit 5 home runs in the last 7 days. He's batting well over 300 for the last 7 days. And while his average for the update is not great, it's still a lot of power. I don't think he gets +15 on each side, but I think there's an outside shot that he could go goal. Moving on, we are going to go to the Atlanta Braves. We're not talking about Sale Arizona. Everybody knows about Sale Arizona. You can see by their prices. We are going to talk about Raziel Iglesias, though, because he's selling for 2 stubs over quick sell. And right now, for the season, he was striking out almost 6.5 batters per nine. He was walking 2 batters per nine, with hits per nine under 1 per nine. Since the update, he's only allowed 3 hits over 6 innings. He's striking out 5 batters over 6 innings. He hasn't walked anybody. I don't know what exactly they're going to do because he's only pitched in 6 innings, but I feel like there's room there. And again, 78, basically a quick sell. Hasn't done anything to warrant a downgrade. He's increased his Ks per 9, and he's decreased how many people he's walking. There's nothing that will warrant a downgrade. Staying here, we're going to briefly talk about Jesse Chavez. Because Jesse Chavez has increased his Ks per 9 and decreased how many people he's walking. And only given up 5 hits over his last 7 innings since the update. Again, 74. Quick sell for 75 overall is 50. You get in, you can use him for the exchanges. If he goes up to a 75, you're saving money on what would be exchanges. Not everything in this video for this specific week, because it is Team Affinity week, is going to be strictly about buying and then selling, or buying and quick selling. Some of these are going to be about things that you can use to speed up your exchange process. Moving on, we're going to stop at the Miami Marlins. We're going to talk about Tanner Scott. He's selling for 170, which is above quick sell. But while Tanner Scott has not been great all season, and he started off as a 84 overall, his Ks per 9 or 9, and he was walking 7 batters per 9, while only giving up 12 hits over 23 innings. Since the update, he's given up 1 hit over 5. He's only striking out 7.2 batters per 9, which is a little on the lower side. You'd like to see it higher, but he's only walking 1.8 batters. I don't think he gets to 83, but it's potentially possible they might bump him a little bit. And again, even if they don't, 78. 78 should be selling between 300 and 400 stubs for Team Affinity. Should be. That's what they've done the last 2. I'm not going to count the first Team Affinity because it was during launch and everybody was scrambling to try to complete collections. But for the last 2, they sell between 300 and 400. He's already at 331. We'll see what happens. Moving over to the Cubs, we could talk about Javier Assad. Javier Assad's a little tricky. For the season, his Ks per 9 have been 8.67. His walks per 9 were 3.69. He gave 49 hits over 63 innings. During the last update, he's given up 14 hits over 15 innings. Not great. His Ks per 9 have ballooned up to 6.6, but his strikeouts at 11.4 per 9. I'm not quite sure what they do with him. I don't know if he'll increase. I will say that, again, I know it's a broken record at this point, but it's another 78. He hasn't really done anything to warrant a downgrade. He stays, he goes up. If he stays, again, sell him during the exchanges. People are going to look to buy him. Moving over to San Diego. Well, I guess we should briefly talk about Christian Walker. Christian Walker I'm not sure what to do with Christian Walker. He's still so close to quick sell, but since the update, he's been batting .281 with 4 home runs. The market's not really acting like it, but there's a chance he goes to 85. I mean, just on the lefty update, he should be able to go to 85, but 3 of his 4 home runs have come against right-handed pitching. So he should be due for a power upgrade against righties. Should be. With that said, Manny Machado going for quick sell. He's batting 321 since the update with 1 home run, 7 RBIs. He's batting 321, and over his last 7 games, he's batting 391. There's room. I don't know how much room there is, but there should be room. For the season, he's still not batting great, but for the specific update, he's been tearing the cover off the ball. Moving on, Logan Webb. I know Logan Webb played against the Yankees. I watched him play against the Yankees. Yes, we beat Logan Webb. Regardless of the Yankees beating Logan Webb for the season, he's allowed 79 hits over 79 innings. He was averaging 7.6 Ks per 9 and 2.27 walks per 9. Since the update, 16 hits over 20 innings, 9 strikeouts per 9, and his walks are down to 1.35. They shouldn't have downgraded him to begin with. He should be looking at a decent upgrade. He's only at 154 stubs. I see no reason why he can't get back to gold. I don't know what else to say. He never really should have been downgraded. Some of the stuff they do doesn't make any sense to me. One last stop. I'm hoping that you guys saw last week. I know it's back here, but I passed it now, damn it. Yeah. Freddie Peralta's starting to take off. If you did buy him when we started talking about him when he was still at Quicksell at 1200, keep an eye on what happens over the next 48 hours. If he gets anywhere close to Diamond price, move him. If he gets to 2500, move him. I mean, shit. At this point, you could start moving him now. I'm considering it. I will definitely be moving him shortly, and then I'm going to take all the profit that I made. I'm just going to throw in some back orders and catch him on the way back, because Freddie's pitched very well. I know people get scared off because he's kind of touch and go with the way he throws, but he's pitched very well. His last outing could have been a little better, but for the most part, I think it was 5 innings, 4 hits. He may have given up 3 runs, but he struck out 7. So it's not like he pitched terribly. You know, the biggest misconception is that the ERA actually matters, when in fact, for SDS, it doesn't. You're really looking at your clutch rating, your hits per 9, your Ks per 9, and your walks per 9. And let's see. Freddie. Freddie, since his last start, which was on June 2nd, which means he's not pitching again before they do the cutoff. Freddie Peralta, over the course of 4 starts since the last update, has given up 19 hits over 22 innings. He's striking out 12.31 batters per 9, and he's walking 1.99 batters per 9. He's been pitching considerably well. His Ks per 9 are up. His walks per 9 are down. I mean, they don't seem to like him very much, and I know, like I said, people kind of are a bit scared of him, kind of like they are with Christian Walker, because everybody bought in and then he burned them. If you got in when it was 1200, move him. I can't guarantee he's going 85. I can't guarantee he's going to touch 84. He should touch at least 84, but where his price is now, it's already above 84. Keep an eye on it and move him, and then start back ordering. That's the best I can tell you. If you made it this far, please consider leaving a like, clicking subscribe, hitting the noti bell. If this is a series that you're enjoying, please by all means comment down below. If you find that any of these guys actually hit on Friday, please make sure to let me know. I'm gonna know anyway, but let everybody else know what you were able to do and how many stubs you were able to make. As always, I appreciate the time, and until next time, you have a good one.